make sure it's me. It is not yet me. I'm tired. No, it's me. Why do you keep posting Hammy when I am obviously live? Okay. So I'm here. Today is going to be a day for a multitude of things, including housing, but mashed potatoes. How you doing, Dawnbat? How you doing? I'm tired. I'm sorry I'm late. I had a work meeting. This is like the first time in weeks that this guy has bothered to have our work meeting, so I had to do it. Also, I got a friend invite, or a friend group invite from Cardi, from a friend of Cardi's, and for whatever reason, it auto-declined, and now I can't get a hold of him. And I was talking to him about problems that it was having, that EHT was having. So I'm going to try to get a hold of him again. Some people told me yesterday with the update there were some issues. So I'm trying to deal with that. Help him out. Perse and I spent probably like an hour talking about what it could be and testing different things. So, excuse me, I'm so tired. Oh, good. Wow. Yeah, I'll get another Voroplasm pet part today from the tickets person. I don't know how I'm going to be able to play, if I'm going to be able to play very well. My hand, this finger wouldn't bend. So I've finally decided to put it in what I was supposed to do a while ago, I guess. I know what's wrong with it, so keeping it straight will give it a chance to let the tendons and the joint swelling to go down. So I'm going to let it do that for a little while before I go to the doctor. Because, that's all he's going to tell me to do anyway. Yeah, so I had a work meeting and that wore my ass out. Now I have to get my bits. Oh, so tired. But I'm going to be alone all day today, so I'll probably be on more than once. Do I? I don't even pay attention to it, to be honest with you. I could swear I got Teeth of Sithis once, maybe. Once, maybe? Not sure. And then I always go the wrong way. Because that's how I roll. Alright. I always forget to eat my noms. So let's take my noms here. Not those noms. La 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 la. Okay. Sorry for the boring parts of non-housing, but we'll get through it. And then I'll carry on and do housing stuff. I am not doing the TV quest, the TV contest, TV show that J Hard has talked about. I don't watch TV. I don't like TV, so I'm not going to do a good job of it. Oh, look at that. Got my tickets. That was fast. So it's not my thing. It's not my kind of thing. As for the one after, which is the stadiums, I don't. Yes, gotta get them tickets. As for the stadiums one, I had an idea, and basically now because I can't do it, I don't really want to do anything. Why am I stuck like this? Look at me. I'm like stuck doing some sort of weird motion. I can. I just don't know what's wrong with me. Did I just... Am I lagging? Like, what the hell is going on here? Let me figure out what's going wrong here. I'm not even sure what's wrong with me. Like, I don't know what this is doing. I can't do anything. Alright, let me log out and back in. That's annoying. I couldn't tell if it was me doing it or if the game was doing it, because I have this now to keep my finger straight. And so I didn't know if I was misclicking something by having my extra long finger. So I couldn't tell. I'm usually pretty good at getting around without it. So let me tell you a hilarious story while we're enjoying this wonderful event. So I had my work meeting this morning. My boss has missed the last 3. So we had the work meeting, which is great. Hey, Garrus. So I'm dressed for the stream. Have my makeup done, have my hair done, have my outfit on. Get into the group Google Talk, and he says, wait a minute. Why are you... Wait, you're all dressed up. You have makeup on. Her hair is up. You're all dressed up. What are you doing? Are you streaming? And I'm like, because he knows that I stream. I said, yeah, I'm going to go stream. And he's like, why don't you ever dress up for us? What the hell is this? And I got so embarrassed. And he's like, you look good. He's like, he's like, we just never get this. We're not good enough. I was just like, oh my God. Don't want to like dig a hole, crawl into it, and die. Thank you. Thank you so much, Boss Face. Much appreciated for the humiliation. Well, at least I got my tickets, but I'm super lagged. I'm like 2 minutes late. I can see myself. My game isn't logging in. Something wrong. Wonderful. Wonderful. Wunderbar. As nothing happens. I have a feeling that my internet is shitty again. Not sure why. Uh-oh. That must be it. That might be it. Steam does this to me. Steam will update and not tell me, and then it'll reboot me out of nowhere. It's probably Steam then. Thank you for telling me that. Oh, great. And the mob I killed is gone. Wonderful. Thank you. Just super appreciative of that. Really? It's launcher art skin? Thanks for the follow. 0. But for launcher art skin to have it cause that kind of lag? I'm surprised, to be honest with you. That's a lot of lag. Man, like everything is dead. Meow. that's nice and all, but don't give me the leg. I may not do this today, since I already got my tickets. Yeah, agreed. Sorry, Tangerine Frog. Go away. I can't fight today with my fingers all done up. So I'm just gonna quit and go look at houses. If I could ever stop fighting things. I should have realized that I can't do this with my hand messed up. I should follow someone else, let them do it. Alright, let me go to a house. What? I wonder what's causing that. That's so weird. Yeah, you can, but just let me do the rando first. Who is the rando? If there is a rando. I do not know who any of these people are, so let's start with Array, earthtear. Array? But I'll write you down first. Okay. Don that nightfire. Sugar bowl. Sweet. Got it? Got it. We will go after the rando for things to be sufficiently randoed. So, earthtear. I haven't done an earthtear in a while. Oh, pretty. Okay, so this has 10 effects, 700 out of 700 items. I don't know this person. Array. I already see we've got some mechanical stuff going on. Tonal arcs, which are interesting little things. One day I want to do whatever quest or thing I need to do to get the tonal arcs, because they're kind of neat. Oh, check this out. Hello, Dark Wolf. I apologize for the delays on my hellos. Unfortunately, that is because I am lagged. Yeah, I saw that. Uh-oh. Why am I not allowed in? Let me in! Let me in! Kidding. Waterfall. Again, stupid fast. So I've noticed that even though the waterfalls elsewhere and everywhere else are super fast, the ones in Xanmeer are still too slow. So somehow they're managing to fuck it up coming and going. They can't win. Interesting. Interesting little research nook. It is. I just don't want to pay for any more houses. I'm over it. Over it. No more gold crowns. You get nothing. No crowns. I say, and then I buy the next thing that's a crown set of furnishings. Because I'm terrible like that. Before I forget, don't forget to go into the crown store and select your free crimson torch butt. Get your free torch butt. There's only 13 days left. Get your torch butt. I think that's it, yeah. is pretty. Yeah, it is. Very, lots of dwarven aspects to this house going on. They just need a pole sticking up too, though, because there usually was at least some sort of switch. More research? Okay. Let me get out of this little section here. I feel like I'm stuck in here. Because I am stuck in here. Let me out! There. Oh, that's why I'm stuck in there. Wait a minute. You got 700 out of 700 items and that's all I get to see? No way. There's more to this. There must be more in that house in the back. I'll go get back to that part of the house. Must all be on top. Really weird. Like, if you want people to go a certain way, wouldn't you direct them to it? But instead it was closed off. I'm confused. I must be going the wrong way. No, this is, I don't know. Unless, am I not supposed to even be in here? Is this like, they have this for themselves and they don't want anyone else to see it? Because it's really neat. Very mechanical. Look at the little FX over that. No way, Garish. Are you sure that somebody didn't just put, like, something in them? Because I've done that before. I've put, like, these things in the middle and you don't even know for sure. They can't just go switching items on us like that. Because, like, people have builds based off the fact that those don't have collision. Pick one and stick with it, guys. This is really neat. That is annoying. That is deeply annoying. Deeply freaking annoying. Who told them to do that? Why is that a thing? Like, why would you even mess with that? Of all the things to fix. There could be, yeah. I'm just looking around and enjoying what is here and visible. Alright, let's go to Dawnbat. Chocobo. Okay. I don't understand what's going on. I don't know why my game is slow. I don't understand why this is all happening. I don't understand why my Twitch is slow. I don't understand anything. So let's talk about contests. So, 29th is the stadium, which I had an idea for, and then I found out that I was going to do one of two things. I was going to do either Spartacus with potatoes. Sorry. I was going to do either Spartacus with potatoes. Or I was going to do, ow. Sorry, everything hurts. I was either going to do it, or I was going to do a rock and roll, not rock and roll, Flash Gordon. I was going to do Flash Gordon with potatoes. You know that scene where they're on, and I was going to animate it. There's in the movie where they're on the little circle in the middle and they have like a great abyss of space all around them that they can fall off into. And then the guy with the wings starts using the remote control and bends it one way or another. And then the knives start coming up and down and... Oh, don't worry about it. I'm only just now coming on. That was what I was going to do, but with potatoes for his stadium contest. It's more of an arena than a stadium, but you get the idea. So, this is one of the hardest ones to do, this house. And you still managed to do clutter, even though it's such a small room. I see what you did. You really wanted to use one of the new cinch beds. They're really awesome, aren't they? Beautiful. With your last remaining 5 slots, what I might want to do, if I were you, try making a chandelier. You know, give it a focal point. It's beautiful. You don't have to. But I like the clutter, and I think with the extra spices, you could do something fun. Like a little small chandelier with like dangly things. But I like it. I only just really got started, and I'm completely slagging. Oh, Danielle just sent me her effects, so we can go look at her house now for exorcised. Also, I need to take pain meds now. Yeah, I mean, I think with those remaining slots, that's what you could do. It would be fun. I'll be right back. So I wish you guys could see Grant right now. He's doing what I call the pineapple upside down cat. He's like this, laying on the couch looking up at me. Like, you're so weird. Alright, so here it is. Danny Elder's exercise. She sent me the FX directly, 45 out of 2,000 of them, because what happened is, I don't know if it was something to do with the update or what, but EHT wasn't registering her effects, even though it said she had them. When I went to her house, they weren't showing. So this is like Violetta Lestrange potions. Love potions. It's large and small. Love bath beads. Bath beads! Just even calling them bath beads is awesome. Yes, it has, Bayushi, and I'm glad that I did tell... I told Chrysae about it, and we tried to troubleshoot, but we couldn't figure it out. And then I let Cardi know. I got a message back from him this morning asking me to go into more detail about that problem, as well as the problem with the Angelin Selstein told me yesterday that there's a problem with her sets, like her table sets, that they disappear, some of them, when she has EHT on. She turns EHT off, reloads UI, they all come back. That shouldn't happen. It doesn't make any sense. So I let him know about that too. So, and then I got I missed something. Oh, wow. That's a cool trick with no flicker. Brilliant. So I don't really know. And I mean, she ended up... Wow, look at that cobble. She ended up removing EHT entirely, which was sad. I love the wallpaper. And then she ended up And I'm sad that she removed it. I mean, I'm glad, I understand why she did it. Her stuff wasn't working, but this is wild. And this is so beautiful. Look at this. All of these cobbles are amazing. Like, even a one house with just one of these cobbles would have blown my mind. But all of them in one room is wild. Yeah, so I'm not sure what's going on. But at least he knows about it. There was an update to EHT this morning. I don't know which one that issue that was to, that one was supposed to handle, but here's the reality of it, is that I hear from Chrysaea, who has more contact with Cardi than I'm able to get. She said that he's in crunch time at work right now, which is DOS. So he's not able to do much. I'm surprised that he was even able to do what he did with the update this morning. Check that out. That is just phenomenal. Only one effect in this whole thing. Can you believe it? Wow. That's amazing. What a mind of just brilliance. And look, she even made a staff out of using one of those, I think that's Mara or Debella. I forget which symbol that is. And just a pole. That's so amazing. Seriously. She's impressive as hell. Let me see what we're up to. I'm so lagged, I'm not sure where I'm at. Okay. And then we've got... Look at that cake! Oh my god. She amazes me. She absolutely... Oh my god. I want to take pictures of everything. I'm in love with everything. I love Danielle there. She breaks me with her talent. I mean, like, her stuff is such a treat to look at. So you probably may not even be able to tell, but some of those plates there, she doesn't have to use an item for them because they're effects. And don't they? They're pretty much interchangeable. And this is what I talk about for people who don't like using effects because they think they're cheating, or because they think that, you know, you want everybody to be able to see the same thing. What difference does it truly make between the person who doesn't have EHD, who comes in and sees this because there's no more item slots, and the one who does, who has this? So the person with EHD gets a little bit something nicer. Does it really hurt anything to not have those there? It doesn't. I mean, you're not going to have them there because you're maxed out. It's not like you could have put something there and they would have seen something. You're out of slots. So, I don't know. The whole thing just bugs me. That is cool. Cool. Everything is cool. Jeez. You're so talented, Danielle. Danielle. It's not Danielder. I always thought she was a guy because I thought her name was Daniel. It's actually Danielle. Big difference. And she even created a little house here. That's so adorable with the purple smoke coming up. I wish I had her skills. I'm not bad, but I'm not this. Yeah, I mean, it's just up to the people without EHT. I mean, it sucks, but they should download it, frankly. That's just my feeling on the matter. I love this little lake. I want to marry this lake. How pretty is that? But you got to figure that it doesn't hurt anything to have that additional effect in. Really, you know, it's just an additional little bonus for people who bother to install the add-on. If you're so stubborn that you won't install it and see what people want you to see, well, screw you. You don't get this extra Easter egg. You know what I mean? Bite me. Bite of the me. That's what I gotta say about that. Because I'm a horrible person. Nothing from Griffin this morning. I'm all alone in my sadness. Alright, I know some of these Asari Queen ones work, so forgive me for going through them again. And then we need to look at other things. But, as I was trying to say, he had never heard of Spartacus, and he had never heard of the movie Flash Gordon. So I am not able to do either of those builds and have them be a winner because J Hart will not get them. They won't matter. They won't mean anything to him. So it's like, do I do it knowing it's going to lose, even though it's going to take a ton of work? Not that I care about winning. So I should probably just do it. But, I don't know. Sorry, Queens. Grand Sijic. Now, Asari Queen does effects, but she doesn't do a ton of items in her homes, and I think some of this is in progress. I have a feeling I checked this out yesterday, and I remember it being not done yet, and I don't know why it showed up on my list again. Yeah. Well, you don't know that. Yeah, this is the house I checked out yesterday. I don't know why it has... It shows that I didn't come here, because I did. This should count. Maybe I need to sign in again? No. I mean, here's the problem that I'm having, Bae, is that he's overdoing the number of contests per month. There should be at most one. Doing 4 is ridiculous, even if they are bite-sized. And the problem that I'm seeing is that people are getting burnt out. I'm burnt out. And so what does that ends up being that the problem is that now he's getting disappointed and he's like talking about not doing them anymore. It's like there's got to be a middle ground between doing 4 every month and expecting everybody to enough people to enter, as opposed to, you know, quitting. There has to be something in between. You know, he's burning us out. And granted, he needs to make money, and this stuff draws viewers, and he's got financial issues through Twitch that he's got to worry about. But I still feel like maybe I shouldn't be talking about this because it's a kind of negative opinion I have. I wouldn't mind. I mean, I realized that I was feeling guilty, and that's why I was going to do the arena contest, was because it's like, you know what, I'm burnt out. I don't want to do it, but at the same time, like I feel bad that for him that he didn't have a lot of entries. In fact, when he told me about it, he only had 1 entry, and so I felt terrible about it. And so it's like, oh, I gotta enter. He's only got 1 entry. And then I thought about it, and I was like, maybe we do need to send him a message. I've said it a million times that it's too many contests per month, but he won't listen. If that means he's going to quit over it, then he quits over it, and that sucks. Granted, I admit that sucks. But worst case scenario, he quits over it, I'll take over. And I'll do 1 a month, and that's it. Because it's just too much. I am crispy critter. And everybody always is like, well, then don't enter them all. Only enter the ones you want to. And yeah, and then he's left with this problem. Yes. Yes. Agreed. I just don't understand. And then you just lay flat on your face. Yeah, it's just too much. I can't do it. too much. This is Citolin. Alinor, obviously, 522 out of 800, out of 600. Yeah, I've been, though. That's the thing. I've been doing all of... Oh, how neat! What a cute way to make a stable indoors. And that's the thing. I have been doing it. And I have... And plus I have DDA. I have, you know, I have DDA. I have Ouroboros. I have, ESO Housing Network. I have, Housing's Finest. Each of those has a contest. And I can't even resubmit certain things because, for example, Ouroboros is like, it's got to be a clean new build. I can't do a clean new build for everything that they want. I mean, sometimes I need to be able to reuse a build. Each one of them puts so much work into things. I put so much work into them. Oh, that's a good way of dealing with that. And I would like to be able to give more people the opportunity to see my houses, but whatever. It shouldn't be like a dress you wear once and then throw away. I don't know if that's the standard upstairs. I don't think it is. I think that there's been changes to it, but I do feel like it started from the basic and then this was added. And I think there's a library in here in the standard one, so this has been changed around. It's just that there's a lot of Alinor stuff, so it's hard for me to tell what's what. So, ooh, nice little bathing area outside. No effects, so we don't have a changed sky. It's just that blue. This is something that I noticed recently is an effect, that, not an effect, but something that Lavathi does that I really like. Using a lot of these plants in a row is very pretty. Adding another level. I wonder what they did over here. So it's like, you know, I would like it if I could resubmit my houses. I don't have an arena. I don't have a stadium. This is very natural looking. I like that. I don't have a TV show. So I'm pretty much beat. Okay, so they sleep up here. You know, it better not rain in Alinor. That's all I gotta say. I will be right back. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sick. I need to take a little bit of a break. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right, I'm here. Blarg. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about, Bayushi. And you know what? I was starting to feel inspired when I thought about doing Flash Gordon, but when he said he had no idea what I was talking about, I was thinking about it, and it's like, you know what? I'm not going to put all that work into it. Animate the damn thing. For somebody who isn't, you know, for a judge who isn't familiar with it and won't get the sense of nostalgia, there won't be any joy from him when he sees it of, oh my god, I remember that, that was so cool, you know? It'll just be somebody looking at a kind of cheesy, campy arena going, well, that's not really a football stadium. Which is, I think, what he's looking for. So I'm not going to do it. And I feel bad I'm not going to do it, but I'm not going to do it. And I feel bad. Because that's what I do. I feel bad. I believe it is my job. I don't know. I gripe too much. It's my job in life to gripe. All right. We did not do a moonsugar yet. So let's go do Iriandra's. Unless I did that yesterday. It looks familiar. Did I do that? Yes, I didn't do anoniers. All right, let's do anoniers. No, it's not stomach ache sick. It's the medication that I'm on makes me have to go to the bathroom a lot. So I have to go pee a lot to be kind of gross, but true. No fun. I did the 2020. I also did the Hearts Day. I did the farm. I did DDA Magic's a Witch. All of those for this month. There are more, I believe. I did the one for ESO Housing Network. Valentine's Day one. It's just a whole bunch of, I did just a ton of shit, honestly. And I do it because this is what I do. I do this stream. And so, like, a lot of it is just being able to show you guys how to do different things when building. So, I can't complain too much. I made those choices to do that. Oh, this must have been the one that somebody said was a village. It may have been you, Johnny, saying that this one was a village. No effects, 700, and I love it. Look at how cute this all is. I don't know this person, which makes it even more fun. Because it's like discovering somebody's style. So just in case you didn't know, these are the tents. You can use them as thatched roofs, and they look really good as thatched roofs. I really like the thatching. You can kind of see it from here. It's like straight back, straight down on the other side, like open. So it's a good chicken coop as well. And this is the entranceway, but they just blocked it in with elsewhere walls and some planking. Looks good. I like it. And then thatching is such a nice technique you could use with your homes in case you want to make a roof that isn't always plank. I mean, plank looks fine, but having it break up a little bit and other things. And this is neat, so they put an entire interior in. I like that. They used a station as a decoration, non-usable, I think. Unless they built that. Yeah, they made that. I think. I can't tell. I'm too tired to tell. Oh, this person has a way fancier house. Duplex. I wonder if they used... Okay, so they've got this stuff along the top, so it makes me wonder, did they use the little window boxes for that? Or did they put a trellis over there? Look at the little pig enclosure. Ah, here's a full one of those thatched things that you can use for a thatched roof. Here it is, what it looks like from the other side. So it's perfect for a roof. Yeah, I think those are probably window boxes. Then they use vines. If you don't know what to do with it, stick a vine on it. And this is more of a adventurer slash herbalist's home. If I had to use my imagination, that is what I would say. Stable. Second floor, too stable. I wonder, do you think, I guess you would have a house on top of a stable. You certainly want to have the stable on top of the house. That wouldn't make much sense. Have to bring the horses upstairs every time you come up. Hello, puppy. Interesting. Interesting fire. Hook me up, Tithis. Yeah, I always thought of it as instead of rooms, I always kind of thought that they just basically slept in the hay because their employers were assholes and didn't give them like a room with heating, aka a fire. Wow, that's interesting. Look at that. They even have it so that the blacksmith has this on a pole so they could put it in the forge. Really neat. And then this pile here is a great way to show how they're making stuff. Very neat. Yes, it is. Lots of clever ideas, and it shows somebody who's more familiar with things, how they work, you know? I feel like I missed an upstairs somewhere. It just feels like somebody is very familiar with how small town life can work. Like, at least in those days kind of thing. Maybe there isn't a second floor. Maybe I'm on crack. Another house. Right, we went in that one. This reminds me of Skyrim, where they had these little outdoor areas right outside the houses. Like in Riverhold? That first town? The first house you see on the left has the blacksmith attached like that. So that reminds me of that. Looks neat. Real callback to Skyrim. Riverwood. Yeah, it does. I wonder if they went for that. Until I got shot in the face with a stick. Wait, I got that wrong. Hopefully my medicine kicks in soon because I'm in some serious pain. Alright, I think that's it. So let's go back to Viewdings. What did it spit on you with? What was its spit of choice? So yeah, I think I'm burnt. Eleanor Rigby for DDA is due March 7th. That is a contest for just guild members, and it's for a doing a song, creating a song, like depiction thereof. Oh, sheer venom. So I need to think about that because they only do a couple. Actually, they have 2 next month. Happy birthday, DDA, and this Eleanor Rigby one. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not good at this stuff. No one would get my references. Momo Picho. We looked at those. So let's see. What's the next one? Moon Mirth. We did that one. We did not do... I don't think... Did we do Night Ravens? Gosh, my memory is shot. I think we did. Well, if we go there, we'll go to handle the DDA ones next, because I need to handle those. We need to look at those before the week is up. I think I've been here. I think I'll recognize it when we land. I think so. Looks familiar. Yes, I remember. Let me just double check one thing. Yes, we've been here. Okay, cool. Now we can check out the ones for the contest. All right, we've got kitten sticks, black vine. All right, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Since I did in fact start looking at these without knowing that's what they were, we're gonna just pop our head in and then move on to the next one that we've already looked at. But just to refresh me, so I can vote. This is kitten sticks. Because this is for me to, I have to review for Magic as a Witch. For DDA, so I can submit my votes. So for Happy Birthday DDA, which is March 21st, I have absolutely no idea. I'm just going to submit something I've already done, and I think that's sort of okay. People are saying that the animation canceling doesn't make a difference anymore with the break, but I'm not sure because I know shit about PvP, so I'll just say what people have been saying to me. All right, I remember this one. This was a fancy schmancy magic-y kind of place. I liked it. It was very detailed, if I remember correctly. Neat. All right. So just refreshing myself, now going on to the next one, because we did look at this one in detail. The next one is Kitty Travel. Kitten sticks and then Kitty Travel. Kitty Travel. I think that was also a Black Vine Villa, but I could be wrong. Sister of the Sands. All I know is that they were saying that there's a couple of things I should update you all on so that you know how to fix it in case you're having issues. No Thank You is not currently working and probably won't until somebody manages to come up with an update for it. This happens every time because the original writer no longer takes care of it. So it's been updated by charity basically since the original making thereof. Which is so bizarre because it's such a great add-on. Okay. This is Kitty Travel. Oh, I remember this was the dark and scary one. And this is Sands. That's very detailed. Okay. Now, the next one was Vardulak Domus Drasticus. Hopefully they won't eat me. Nope, not allowed. I will do this later. On my other account, so that I don't upset anyone. Wednesday morning, cyrodiilic. She's okay with me looking at her stuff. The only thing I need to remember is before I take a nap after that we stream, and then actually in the next hour or so, I have to pill my cat. Because he gets his medication multiple times a day, but since my husband's away for the week, I'm going to have to make sure that I do all of his pillings. So I will be doing that for his heart medication. All right, Wednesday morning, we've got cyrodiilic. Wow, Wednesday Morning is so talented. She does always the most creepiest builds. So this is those are those moon shard rocks that they sold for like 400 gold a piece from the Lux vendor. They're huge and they're really actually quite a nice investment. I've used them myself in several places. You wouldn't think they're as useful as they are, and you can still buy them from vendors, not vendors, traders for a fairly cheap amount. So if you need some big rock to work with, they're a good choice. Fart stick. And that's just coral or limestone. Oh, that's a good way to use that Nord achievement funding thing. Just stick that over there. Oh, creepy. Creepy. She's so good at creepy. So a blood fountain, also with a hemo and the heart all together. It's very bloody. Well, yeah, I mean, that's, I don't mean for every usage, Bay. I mean they're good for, I mean, I've used them for blocking things off in a way. I forget where I've used them, but I remember thinking that they were super useful. And that I was glad I had them. I can't remember which it is. So the Hercene thing. Okay, let me tell you something about money making. These don't sell. It doesn't matter what you list them for. They just don't fucking sell, these Hercenes things. Not enough people want creepy shit. That's an interesting light combination. So we've got the Witch's Brazier, which is off. Then they put a mushroom, I think. I think that's one of those gray mushroom hats. And then they have a hectahame and a Colovian projection crystal all put together to make one really cool light. I think that's pretty damn neat. So I'll take a picture of that for Chrysaea. I like that light combination. I don't know if you guys need me to tell you what things are, or if you would prefer that I didn't and just looked at things with you and wait until you ask me what things are. But I've just been sort of forgetting to do it lately. Hey, Nistars. So I decided to start doing it again, unless you... Huh. That's one hell of a chandelier, ain't it? I'm not sure what tent this is. What tent is that? That might be a no, that's the Ashlander tent. Okay. This is an achievement vendor item you can get in Vardenfell. And that's a witch stick. That drops in Halloween time. Itchy nose, itchy nose. So this is Magic as a Witch. So all of this is very spooky, scary, witchy. That especially. I have had a bad misfortune of missing some things in Wednesday Morning's houses before, so I almost wish that, like, Lavathi were here to tell me what I'm missing, because I'm sure I'm missing something, but definitely scary. So, Wednesday Morning. Scary, scary. Alright, the next one. These are all the small houses, by the way. So Rochambeau, Hammerdeath. Let's go there. Rochambeau you for it. It's supposed to snow today. So today is the day that I'm afraid of that it's gonna snow and that I may end up having to shovel, which is bad. But my husband said that last he heard, it was supposed to miss us here and hit him in Chicago, where he is right now. If not, I'm going to buy Griffin a ticket, fly his ass out here, and make him shovel my driveway. And I'm just saying this to piss him off. I'm kidding. Kidding. I guess it is Mardi Gras, isn't it? I totally forgot. So, Rochambeau. Oh, wow. Cool. Reskin. Oh, wow. I love it. Mm-hmm. Oh. Hmm. Oh. So what do you do with it? I love the wallpaper. Oh, this is gorgeous. Look at that idea. Rochambeau you for it. This is very elegant hammerdeath, man. So you can actually make a part of the floor with books and have the effects of a... Oh, neat. I don't have the totem, but that sounds awesome. Why would they cover... I wonder if anything else works like that with nav mesh. Oh, look at this cobble. Isn't that phenomenal? Okay, I don't know how they did this. What is that, guys? Anyone want to tell me? What is that? I cannot figure it out. The juice that it's in. That's obviously a pot. Maybe an upside down pot? Well, I get the pumpkin and the no, it's a dragon fruit and a berry thing, but I don't know what the upside down texture is what I was wondering. Anyway, I'll think about it. I don't know the answer. Oh, look at that! Using a mirror as a sink? That actually looks phenomenal. Doesn't it? I use liquid soap myself in my builds. I could see that, Greek. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's what it is, too. You're right. That looks right. Pretty amazing. Oh, the things people will come up with. They absolutely just... So nice. I'm sorry I'm going so slow in here. I'm just... The chicken knocked over the flowers! That's the best. Stupid chicken. How did chicken get in here anyway? Hey, Faye. I'm so glad Faye still comes around even though she doesn't have time for ESO. She has time for me and us. The taters. I love this. This is such a cute little thing. Alright, so let me beat the shit out of my constant analysis of things I love about houses. I don't know. I don't think so. I think that's the same. I have one of these in one of my houses. So mine seems to be the same. But one of the things I always talk about, movement versus action. So the smoke would be movement, flames would be movement, pets would be movement. So that's movement. But action is something happening. So like the chicken who is moving just did something, knocked over the flowers and caused a mess. So that's action. There's a story going on. There's something, even if it's a small story, it's something. And it makes it more interesting. And I think that that's what puts a build almost over the top for me, is like little itty bitty stories within... Oh my god, how do they do that? Why is there flickering? Why is there flickering on that? Do they have two of them? What are they? Is it just the upside? I gotta go check those standard and see if they are actually flickery on the bottom. That's amazing, though. I can make those. I'm going to make one and check to see if it's flickery on the bottom. Because I'm a terrible person, I'm going to do it right now. Sorry. So, I loved that, by the way. That was great. The other day, I had gotten annoyed. You know, people's friends of friends on Facebook. It's like your friends are fine, but when their friends start posting on their posts and they post these this political shit and it's like awful, you know, like their take on it is so cruel and horrid and like they just seem like the biggest assholes in the world, and then you end up blocking them because they're just awful people. Anyway, that's sort of how I think of it. So hold on. One of my friends had a friend like that. And he was just an asshole. And the shit that he would post, awful. I think it's maybe cooking. And I ended up blocking the guy because I thought he was just a total tool and I didn't like him and whatever. He was a police officer. Unfortunately, and a police officer, you know how I mean? Like, it's like as if we don't have enough assholes in the world. We need them to be police officers. Anyway, so I blocked the guy. And a couple of days later, my friend, who I didn't block because he was fine, posted something saying that, posted this guy's obituary and said that the guy killed himself. And after reading up on it, it's true. He hanged himself a couple of days after the day that I blocked him. And so that's been sitting on my mind. Is this just, you know, a police officer killing himself is bad enough, but it's just, all of it was just very upsetting to me. And I feel, what, baby? And I feel really bad about the whole thing. Did I not? Do I not have that one? No, here it is. I think it's this one. I think it was this one. There. And so I went to go pull up something that he had, I went to go pick something up. And, okay, here we go. Oh, shit. I have nowhere to put it. So let's just go somewhere silly. And I found his last Twitter message. And it was a couple of days later, before he killed himself. And it says, "Love your best life until it's over. Do it now because they don't tell you when it's over." And so now I'm just like really curious about this guy. He was not a nice person. And so I have mixed feelings. I never want anyone to kill themselves. Certainly not a police officer. That's terrible. But he was an asshole. Maybe he had become an asshole because of how bad things were in his life. I don't know. But it's just kind of been haunting me since my friend posted about it. If I was still in New York, I would go to his wake or something. I don't know. I don't know why I'm such a weirdo and care about that, but... Alright, so here's the item that they were using. They had to have stacked two of them, because look, that bottom does not flicker. That bottom is fine. So, yeah. I think that was a combination of two of them. Why, I don't know. I can't really figure it out. Alright, so the next one after that is Gender Fox Coven Cottage. Why, I love a Gender Fox. They have the most amazing takes on things. You know, I had that down for the longest time. I had the they in my head, and now to have lost it pisses me off. But yeah, I'm gonna just take a big sticky and put they, and just put it right on my screen so that I don't forget. I'm so old sometimes. Pretty obvious. That's a good way of putting it, Faith. He was also a good-looking man and divorced, and you gotta wonder how much of it was, like, maybe something's hadn't gone well for him. But my friend, who was a very nice man and very accepting of all stripes, even conservatives, you know, he's like one of those people who, like, it doesn't matter what your politics are, he'll accept you. You know, extreme conservatives, extreme liberals, it doesn't matter, he'll accept you. He's one of those. And that's why he had so many friends who were, like, all over the map. And one of the things that he said is that he was his favorite kind of person, a powder keg that you can only take a little bit of at a time. Man, this guy should not have been a cop. If you're a powder keg, that's the last person you want to have be a police officer, don't you think? Like, that terrifies me. I don't know. Scary. Dead bodies and shit. I mean, I'm not trying to be all politically, you know, talk politically. I just think in general, I think it's... I wish I was talking about cake. I am not talking about cake. I wish I had cake. So, this person, of course they did. Fox is amazing. They did a beautiful effect, first of all, for the sky. That's the fast-moving Aetherius one. But then they also have a view looking out, which I love, because I've always had a thing about this view from this house. They've got the lady tree. The lady tree. And a seminary, or a cemetery. I'm just being silly. With a grasping hand. I wonder if this is their Halloween house? I'm not sure. It's obviously very witchy. There's our chicken. Chicken! You know, in the original well, not the original, in Skyrim, there is... clearly in NA, we have problems. All the time. We won't get into that, but trust me, we have both people attacking the police and killing them, and police brutality, and it goes both ways, and it's like, which one came first, chicken or the egg? But there's a whole lot of really politically charged conversation about that. And clearly there are some people who are in law enforcement who are not cut out for it at all and do horrible things. Yeah, no, it's worse than that. Trust me. In Skyrim, there is a fairy ring like that with mushrooms with a dead body in the middle. I just remember that from Skyrim. Oh, I have seen this house and I liked it. Yeah, we would be having a different conversation in the US if we were talking about taking away only batons. I don't think anybody really seriously wants to take away guns from the police. We may want to restrict guns in general, but I don't think anybody argues that they should be taken away from the police in the US. I think we argue about other types of gun control, but that conversation, I don't think in general, except for the extreme people, has ever been discussed, because that would be probably a bridge too far at this point. I know what you're talking about. I was just making the comparison. Alright, what was the next one I was looking at? Mary Jane the High Elf, tell Galen. Not primary. Was it Grand Opal I just said? Yeah, tell Galen. I'm retarded. Excuse my language, I shouldn't have said that. That's wrong. I'm stupid. Trying to get myself to stop using that word. It was very popular when I was a kid growing up in my area, and it was a very rude word, and it shouldn't have been used then, but I was a kid when I started using it, and it was popular, and I didn't know any better, and now I do, so I need to stop. Doing my best to become a better person every day. Yeah, that's not a rule here. In fact, our government overturned that, and now people who have mental illness can have guns. That is not a restriction now. That was overturned. Yeah, sorry about it. I do apologize. It's an embarrassment that I even think that way. Yes. Yeah. So, this one urges you to leave while you can. Okay, I have seen this house. Recently, in fact, and I believe I did this on stream, so I'm just going to remind myself, and then we'll go on to the next one. Oh, I remember this. This had all sorts of fun effects in it. Okay. Yeah, and of course, people will still have them. You know what I mean? People will still have them. But, you know, it's all about choices. You know? What are you going to do? At this point, I'm just, like, I'm not even there mentally. Right now, I'm so worried about just even more what feels to me urgent things. No, but if we all had access to them, that is so simple. It makes it that much easier. Now, I'll be straight with you. I do not think that all guns need to go away, but I think that certain kinds should be like more regulated, if that makes any sense. And that's what I think most people want. I don't think most people want and most people who want gun control want that. They don't want all guns to go away because they know that's not realistic. Yeah, we're crazy. But I will say, yeah, you guys still have problems though. It's not just mental health. It's also the access. You know, somebody who loses it, who's a crazy person, and I mean that in a homicidal way, will be able to kill someone no matter what. But let's say they have access now to a machine gun. It's a little bit easier to kill a whole shit ton of people than it would be if you didn't have access to a machine gun. Does that make any sense? Well, my point is just that most people in the US are pretty reasonable about the restrictions that they want if you're not on like the extremes of either, which is don't touch my guns or you die. It's a different culture. It's a different culture, a different fantasy. Our nation was founded with those particular rules incorporated into them. We're a much younger nation than you folks in terms of I know Poland has had a lot of constitutions, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying in general, white America is much younger nation, and it formed in the world where guns were muskets, and that we needed militias to keep people safe. And so it formed with that mindset, and then it never grew out of it. Does that make any sense? It never really, so people tend to think that they need it to protect themselves and that it makes them stronger. Yeah, but they don't. it's different. I mean, you guys are you agreeing with me or disagreeing with me? I can't tell if you're agreeing with me or not. But my point is that the culture is different. We started it we're almost like a teenager. You know, we're almost like a 15 or 16-year-old compared to the rest of the country in terms of attitudes and everything, if that makes any sense. We're like the Ferengi. Do you guys remember in Star Trek how the Ferengi were really warlike and they weren't very culturally advanced, but then someone came in and gave them advanced technology for weaponry? That's us. Okay? That's us. It depends on who you ask. It's some people's idea of a national identity. It's not others. You know? We're the Ferengi, are we not? I mean, it's a really good analysis, isn't it? It's pretty much on target. I feel like we're the Ferengi. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Alright, we're gonna go to Pimac. I grew up being a Trekkie, so yeah, well, that pretty much fits, does it not? Does it not, Doobs? Personally, I think that fits. Yeah, it depends on who you ask. So many of us are attached to our weapons. Psychologically, I'm not gonna lie, psychologically, those are typically found to be people who are afraid. More afraid than usual compared to the average person. I'm not gonna say whether they're rightfully afraid or wrongfully afraid, but many psychological studies have been done that shows that people who are very attached to their weapons are actually scared, and are scared that people are going to come after them and come after their family and kill them. They're afraid of outsiders. They're afraid of minorities. They're afraid of different kinds of people than who they are. They're just in general afraid. They tend to be more isolated. They tend to be less exposed to different kinds of people. They tend to have a strong religious upbringing, and they tend to have a less open mind about things. They think their way that they were raised is the right way, and that's the moral and ethical way, and the other people are wrong, and they have to protect that. That is the mindset you will run into, if that makes any sense. The rest of the people, because that does not describe everybody, the rest of the people, there's a gamut from people who want absolutely no guns to people who are like, holy shit, we need to stop having our children getting slaughtered with automatic weapons whenever a kid freaks out. Well, that's because there's a lot of murder, shooting, and robbery. It's a country that formed. We are not a socialist country. We have almost all capitalism with a little bit of a socialist background when the Dems get the chance. But in general, we're a capitalist country, and so the rich who are in power want to stay in power and want to stay rich, and so what benefits them is to keep the rest of us moderate to poor, so we're cheap labor and keep working for them. And the best way to do that seems to be chaos. It's easier to blame each other when there's chaos. It's easier to blame each other. Yes, it is. In fact, that's why there's always bombings when fascists want to take over. It's easier to make people look at each other and blame each other. Well, here's the thing, Doobs. It's gonna happen whether it's, Dawn Bat. I'm not kidding. I want to tell you something. This morning, I woke up and I saw somebody posted a Bloomberg ad that was posted up in Flint, Michigan, and somebody had spray painted over it, "Eat the rich." And what kills me is that "Make America Great Again" is a fascist tagline that came from Italy during Mussolini, and it was "Make Italy Great Again." It's probably not where the asshole got it from, excuse my language, but these things, these feelings, these things that are going on are, it's fascism versus populism versus everything, and it's like the country is a friggin' time bomb right now. Everybody is just, people are saying that Trump's a wartime president because so many people, okay, I'm glad we're all on the same page here. Fuck it, let's talk politics. Fuck him, alright? Griff's gonna get so mad at me. He's gonna be like, "You promised you weren't gonna talk politics." He can kiss my ass. Basically, it's like, it's such a friggin' time bomb because they say Trump is a wartime president. Yes, Trump is a wartime president because the people, his base core, believe that they're at war with us, with the demon rats, etc. I mean, yeah, and you know what? Is it the end of the America? I mean, how many times have we been through populism and shit before? We've had a civil war. It's not the first time. By the way, I love this house. This is Piomag, and look at that covering of the, God, it's gorgeous. Look at that. That's the Coven house. You know, if it's time for Rome to fall, it's time for Rome to fall. But I'll tell you something. In 2016, November 9th, our election day, when the results came in, I was sobbing. My husband held me as I sobbed because I thought, this is not the nation that I grew up loving and knowing. This is embracing hate. This is not a nation I am proud of. I had a belief that my nation was something. I didn't think it was perfect, but it ain't this. You know, I was sobbing, and it took me years, probably about 2 years, to really accept that I was wrong, that the nation is not what I expected. Hey, Perdita. So it's just, so for so many of us, it's such a hard and bitter pill to swallow right now. But yeah, there is a lot. But you know what's interesting, Faye, is that I don't think in the past people were as aware of the manipulation of populism, of capitalism, of the rich, of the poor, or whatever. I don't think anybody was aware. You know what I mean? I don't think people were as aware that it was going on. I think with all of it now, there's a lot more awareness. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud that people are noticing and picking up on it. People are questioning. You know, they're not just swallowing it whole. And that's the way we need to be in the modern culture, because right now there's so much disinformation. There's so much bullshit. Frankly, yellow journalism, there always was. You know, it's like there always was yellow journalism. There was always that kind of thing. So this isn't new. I don't talk about this stuff much, but I'm extremely well read on it. One of my closest friends, probably my best friend, is Griff, and he's a doctorate in political science, and he was my political science professor over 20 years ago. So this is what we talk about. Although he doesn't much answer, he more is curious to know what I think. But I read everything. I don't know. I mean, hey, whatever. I don't know. This is sort of like my favorite thus far. You know, but there's some people who were put to death by the guillotine, and it was pretty awful. You know, I'm not saying kill everybody. Killing everybody is bad, okay? But although it was intended to be more of a humane way of killing people. Let me tell you a cool story. A cool and morbid, sick story that gets us out of the political arena. All right, so there was a... Let me in. Oh, look at the cute little room at the top. I love this. Good job, Pia Meg. You're up there for me. Fair enough. But I don't know. I'll tell you a funny, not a funny, but a horrible story. So I have this thing where I like to read about death. The reason why I like to read about death is because when I was dying of cancer, I became very interested on what it would be like and what death is like and what dying is like physically at that moment, you know? Exactly, that's what I'm getting into, dupes. And one of the things that I had learned about was, in fact, yes, it was considered a more humane way to go. And it was a more humane way to go than what they used to do, because what used to happen is they'd use an axe and the axe would miss, or they'd get the top of the head here and then have to do a second cut. I mean, it was just awful what used to happen to people. In fact, I believe that's what happened to Anne Boleyn, is that they got her at the top of her head right here, and then they had to do a second cut, and then it didn't go all the way through, and then they had to come back and, like, kind of saw it to finish. Sick, I know. But they ended up going into developing a doctor, I think, and developed the guillotine, Dr. Guillotine, in fact, I think, in order to prevent that from happening. The idea was drops from such a height with such weight that you don't have that problem anymore. You know, that axeman problem went away. People were killed quickly, flawlessly. There wasn't going to be any of these botched executions anymore where people were hurt, even worse than death, right? It's basically torture. So guillotines were actually a bit of mercy compared to... Right. Dubes is right. Dubes knows history, apparently, better than me. This is Skullord, which we should expect absolute insanity from, and I do, and this is incredible. So, with the guillotine idea, I became, unfortunately, because of the terrorism in the Middle East, in Syria, mostly. This is beautiful. Recently, I became interested in the beheading phenomenon of what, in general, it was like, because it seems like a lot of those people who were unfortunately executed that way suffered. And I felt like, would I be able to tolerate that? Like, would I be able to... I mean, you don't have much choice. You survive it until you don't. You're going to go through it. You don't have a choice about whether you can survive it or not. If you're in that position, it's going to happen. And so I started reading up on it. And about, you know, would you go mad before it got to the worst that it could possibly be physically? Like, that kind of thing. Like, what would it feel like, etc. Because I was so obsessed with death. I know this is sick and twisted, but it's the truth. There was a scientist who back in the day started to study decapitations with the guillotine, and hold on, there's a story about him. Hold on, this is an amazing story. Okay, here. There was this doctor who, they used to execute criminals. So this doctor just got together with this criminal named Lenguil, I believe his name was, and said, look, you're going to be executed. Are you willing to help me with a science scientific question, right? I want to know if your brain stays active, if you're still in there after you've been decapitated. And so this guy agreed. So in 1905, French physician Gabriel Bourreau witnessed the beheading of a man named Lenguille. He wrote that immediately afterwards, quote, the eyelid and lips worked in irregularly rhythmic contractions for about 5 or 6 seconds. Dr. Bourreau called out Lenguille's name and said that Lenguille's eyelids slowly lifted up without any spasmodic contraction and that his pupils focused themselves. This happened a second time, but the third time Bourreau spoke, he got no response. So this guy theorized that the guy was still in there and able to think and whatever. And certain stories, look at that. It's a witch. Certain stories also back up the fact that, I think it was Marie Antoinette, who when she was beheaded, she was hugely embarrassed when the guy held up her head, and she blushed, this bright blush, and had a horribly embarrassed look on her face. Could have been just a lie, but you know, that's the story such that they told it. Look, it's a witch eye. Neat. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be, but it's pretty cool. But I think perhaps one of the sadder stories about this, because I've read everything, was a soldier was in a car. He was in probably a Jeep or something, whatever. And he was traveling with another soldier. And they had a driver. And, oh yeah, certainly dupes. And something happened. Something came flying at the Jeep at the point where the other soldier's head was cut off. And it landed in the lap of the man who told the story later. And he said that he looked down and at his friend, whose head was in his lap, was looking around and suddenly got a horrified look on its face. Like almost like it realized what had happened. And just started looking towards its body and then looking towards him and then seemingly realizing what had happened, and just a look of horror spreading across his face before he died. Who knows? Is that true? Is it not true? Is this just this guy's imagination? But those are the stories such that I have heard about decapitation and whether or not it lasts. So personally, is that the way I would want to go? No. Not the way I would want to go. Not even the fact that it's fast is enough. There's a great book. Hold on a second. Let me tell you about it. If you have not yet read it, you should. If you're interested at all in death, which I am because I'm a freak. What is it called? I think it's called Stiff. My husband made fun of me when I got it. I can't find it. It's somewhere. He asked me, he's like, seriously, Karen, what's wrong with you? Well, I don't know. Because here's the thing, like, it happens with certain... Oh, wow. Check this out. This is amazing. Look at the cat! Oh my god, that cat is amazing! That is... so cool! Oh my god. I need to find this book now, though. It's going to drive me nuts. Hold on. My husband's gonna be like, Karen, did you really talk about that on stream? Like, yes, I did. Can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. But it tells you all the things about death and like what really happens and all that. Guys, Skullord is so talented, it embarrasses me every time I see it. doesn't it, like, completely make you jealous when you see this stuff sometimes? Like, Skullord breaks me. But they talked about, like, different ways of dying and stuff like that. And certain ways go faster than others, for sure. But it's written by a doctor. And the doctor talks about how when somebody is shot by a gun, right? Like you see on TV, people just fall over and they're dead. That generally, it doesn't really work that way, or it shouldn't really work that way. It does work that way a lot of times, but it shouldn't. Apparently, like, it shouldn't be enough to kill you instantly in most cases. In most cases, you should just be fine. You know, you be shot, you're going to bleed to death. You're not going to instantly die that way, you know, you would bleed to death. But for some reason, a reason that the science community cannot seem to understand, people do just basically instant die on being shot sometimes. And it shouldn't happen. Like, there's no explanation for it that has still not been explained by science. So, it's not what the scientific result suggests it would be. Isn't that weird? I don't know. I know all of these things. I know we went to Shirley's, but I gotta look at it real quick so that I can remind myself what it looked like. Aren't I fascinating? I know all these crazy things. I read so much about death. I'm fascinated by it. I don't know why, but I just am. I mean, I can only explain that it happened when I was dying. Yes, it's excellent. It is a fascinating page turner. It's just an amazing book. It's about what happens after you're dead. Like, what happens if you donate your body to science? Well, it doesn't always go to find new cures. Sometimes they give your body to car companies. Because car companies perform research where they need to see what happens to the human body when it's subject to a crash. So they'll strap in your dead body into a car, and then instead of using the crash test dummies, they put a dead body in there, and they ram it into the wall. And they see what happens to the human body after the human body is hit by a wall. So the question is like, are you aware that when you give your body away to science, that it may not just be sit there and dissect it by some doctor looking for a cure? A lot of times it's used in really strange ways, like dropped from somewhere so that they can see what the effect is with certain projects or whatever. Yeah, we're all in on it. We're all here. It's good so far. The download wasn't as bad as they predicted, so if you haven't downloaded it yet, don't worry about it. It's not too bad. This is beautiful. I don't know how fast it was. I left it open overnight, and when I logged in, it was on. So I've heard varying people saying, depending on where they are, like Australia still has it pretty bad, but other places don't. We have been here. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Yeah, we were here. I liked this a lot. Okay. Oh, no problem. Glad we could answer your questions. I got plenty of bullshit to talk about. It's funny, like I took the Vicodin earlier, and like my pain's now gone, so my brain is functioning, and I'm able to actually talk to you guys about crazy shit like dead bodies, because that's how I roll apparently. Great book. It was a page turner. I couldn't stop reading it. I was so fascinated. They really are. I mean, I know that's a terrible thing to say, but you know, part of my reasoning for being interested too is because I'm writing a book about the Civil War and grief. And that has a lot to do with grief and pain. Oh, I don't care. People know that I'm sick fuck. I read all sorts of serial killer shit, and I want to know more about death. It's such a big question. I live with pain, tremendous physical pain on a daily basis. Oh yeah, the body farm. They wrote a whole chapter on the body farm in that book I'm talking about, the Mary Roach book. It's very interesting stuff. For those who don't know, a body farm is where they take corpses that were donated to science and they'll leave them out in the ground to rot. And so scientists and people who are studying it can come there and see what is the natural way of decomposition over time. So they have a body over here that's been out for a day. They have a body over here that's been laying exposed for 2 months. And so they'll have various conditions and various different things going on. So, and various ways of dying, so that you can see, like, what bugs enter the body 2 months in this type of, you know, environment. Or what if it's clothed versus not clothed? It helps forensic people especially learn how to tell, you know, find a murder victim, for example, who's been out in the woods for 2 months in that area. What would that body look like? What kind of bugs would it have in it? Things like that. So it's like, see, I'm smart. I learn things. I know stuff and things. I read everything. This is Sir Dragonhawk's house, and it's the Lion's Den. The Lion's Den. Yeah. And this is beautiful. So yeah, that fascinates me. I did take a class on forensics in college too, and it was one of the better classes I've ever taken. Learned a lot about it. Oh, that's a cute pig. So, remember, this is a witch's home, so let's find the witchy stuff inside first. So, like, crime solving, to me, is super interesting, too. Mysteries, finding mysteries being solved, how they're solved, all that kind of stuff. I should have gone into that kind of thing. I should have gone into that law enforcement or science or something that would have been more interesting for me to do than law, because I think I would have been more passionate about it. What do I know? All right, I see a stairway up over here. Is this how you get to it? I'm not sure. Maybe this doorway is how you get to it. So yeah, that's super interesting stuff. Well, I'm not ADHD or anything. Look at the birdies. I'm just afraid, maybe? Scared? Want to be prepared for all things, including things that are absolutely terrifying, including getting abducted, murdered, and tortured. And Pie Mag comes on. Pie Mag, I just looked at your home. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. It was so amazing. I loved what you did with it. I don't know what I am. I'm very able to focus on something. Like, just focus for a long time. So I don't think that I have that problem. I think I'm just weird. You know? When you're facing death, when you know that death is coming, you start wondering about it, I guess. And I started wondering about it. Well, this is neat. Oh, I see what you mean. This is pretty. We're exploring some of the the DDA houses. That's why we looked at yours too, and it was beautiful. Probably for the large size one, it's probably my favorite thus far. It was so curious. Oh, sure. What, Perdita, is your name Perdita _ Extreme on NA or what? Tell me what your user is so that I can go look at it. I'd be happy to. Oh God, I'm so bad with that too. This is beautiful. Very smoky, secret. Okay, I didn't notice that the telescope was up there, so that's pretty neat. Oh, I'm not on EU. But I'll write it down. Sleek. I may go to EU depending on how much longer I'm going to stream. At some point, though, I do need to pill my cat. Hold on for a bit. Let me just pill my cat with his heart medicine so that that's done, and then we can keep streaming. So just give me a minute to take care of my boy with his heart problems, and I'll be right back. All right. My baby boy is now a treat. So, my baby boy is now drugged and hopefully will not die of his heart attack now that I've given him drugs. All right. Level 2 character on NA. Oh, I know what you... I have one on EU as well. So mine is also low. Oh, babe, I'm glad to hear that. I mean, it's good for me to get up at this hour, to get dressed, to get makeup on, to stream, to do things that are useful because it makes me feel like I have a reason to live. Just saying. Oh, man, they put that thing down there and it looked like it was somewhere I could go. And I friggin' was wrong. I'm going back so see if I can get down on that. Anyway. Yeah. So those are what's going on with me. I'm weird. Was it here? It was here, wasn't it? Oops. How do you even... So they just built that outside of the walls entirely. You can't go here. Oh, you can go here. Okay. Oh, that's wild. I didn't realize you... Ah! Alright, they got me. That was good. Talk about death, right? Arion 26 Coldharbour. Splat by walking. Oh, by the way, Ixie, you should tell people about your Instagram if you want to. Feel free to promote it because holy crap, are you talented. Every time I see your work posted, I'm just like, oh my god. Ixie's so good. All I'm doing is posting pictures of selfies to see my makeup. You're like doing real artwork. It is a lure. Yeah. So that's the weirdness of your stepity. I do weird things that I read and follow. And I like history, reading about history and death. Okay, this is so totally not normal. Arion 26. Her stuff is usually this just beautifully lush, which I guess she does have beautifully lush floral, but you're so good. But here she has a giant monster. Lure what with? Lure people in? My niceness, and then they find out I'm a sick freak who knows all these stories. I'm gonna get to it. I just want to see what... Ah! Okay, you know how they have, like, usually holes where there's buried treasure? For me, falling down and seeing bread would be the buried treasure. I'd be, like, all about the bread. Give me the bread now. This is neat. It's the little witch's cave, I guess. And a scary monster. All the motion of the butterflies and the things floating through the air and the pets and the water and even the scuttlebloom. Oh, that's true. For me, it would be bread, yes. That is really well done. So my question is this. Clearly this is not the witch. The witch is probably Numisma. Okay, and the witch is either commanding or fighting the Trent. I'm thinking that Numisma's the witch, and she is either fighting or commanding the Trent. Treant? It is a treant, isn't it? I guess it's not. It could just be it's just a monster. I'm not sure. This is neat, though. Thank you for bearing with me, because I am still trying to get through all the ones that I have to rank, and I haven't had a chance to do that before now, so you guys are giving me that opportunity. So I hope if someone else streams them, I apologize deeply for my overdoing it, but only one more, because lashes I've seen and I know what it is because I went very recently. But Awakens, I'm not sure if I've seen it or not. Awakens Coven. I feel like I have. Maybe they've updated it. And then I can head over to Eve for a couple of people. Okay. There's going to be a lot of streaming from me over in the next few days because I'm all alone. My husband is away. I have no one here but just me and the kitties. And the little guy who is more attached to my husband does not yet know that his dad is not coming back for a few days, and he's going to be upset. That's true. That's true. He notices things I do not. Okay, I have seen this house. I do recall it now. Aww. I don't remember that. That's so sad. Let's see about your... Yeah, they do have collision. Oof. No like. So, in case you guys didn't notice, Garish Lee mentioned this morning that his rose trellises now have collision. Which could be a problem for some people's builds who hinge upon the fact that they never had collision before. Of all the things to fix, don't fix the waterfalls or anything. Don't fix the fact that you know, Xanmeer's all jacked up. Fix that. Did they fix the bags yet? No, they didn't fix the friggin' tote bag, whatever, that are opened the wrong way. But no, they add collision to something which is not anything anyone asked for. Would just annoying if they do that. Okay, so I remember this one. It's beautiful. Let us head over to Ew. And then we'll see a couple. And then I think I know who I'm gonna vote for, I think. I got it. It's gonna be tough. I'm gonna have to like send in. This is gonna be hard. Because I have like ties. For all of the houses, I think. See, I don't know if this has been happening to you guys, but whenever I quit ESO, it crashes. Every time for me. I don't know if that's been doing it for you, but I've been hearing it from a lot of people that it's been doing that to them. Sorry, gotta start over again now. And it's gonna put me right back into EU, which is flippin' annoying. I mean, right back into NA, and I don't want that. So let me change the settings. No, it doesn't let me change that, huh? Where's the option? I think it's in Steam, maybe. Settings. In-game. Huh. Maybe. But I'm not gonna squish them. I'm trying to find the thing, but it's just gonna make me do it. So that sucks. Whatever. Well, I've cleaned more than once in the last little while, but it's not just me. I know other people have been crashing whenever they log out. Plus, if it only happens when I log out, it's not the end of the world. You know, it could be worse. I'm still a lover of MM. I can't help it. Huh. Gosh, Karen, my hands hurt so much. Even through Vicodin, I'm in pain on my hands. All right. Now I am coming upon your lands. Oof. That's horrible. I try not to log off in my home because when you log back in, it takes so much longer to get back in. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that, but I try to get out of homes, and then I did. I logged out in someone's home. That was stupid. My nose is itchy. Itchy nose. Somebody break my hands. My ex-boyfriend used to say to me all the time, whenever I was in pain and I would complain about it, which I try not to do because people get sick of hearing it, I would complain and he'd say, cut it off. That was very helpful. Good advice. Should have listened. Okay. Thank you for the helpful advice, sir. He was a weird one. He hates me now. I'm very, very hated by him. Well, then be careful, because you might start hating me too. Aw. I don't know if he's stupid so much as he's not quite all there. I mean, I don't know. Aw, Dubes, you're sweet. Alright, let's do a wraithhome. Why not? Thunderan! That's a rando, I don't know them. Ain't no... My husband did the funniest thing the other day. He posted a song. It was so silly. I'll show you what he posted. It's a riff on Cage the Elephant. Ain't No Rest for the Wicked. Except he wrote it like this. Ain't no rest for the kitties. Kibble don't grow on trees. They got poops to scoop. They got mouths to feed. They get it all from me for free. Yeah. That's my husband for you. Silly. Alright, here we go. So, wraithhome. Yes. Wraithhome is indeed cheery. Interesting. Having that smoke. You know, I just deal with it best I can and try not to complain about it too much, but I do complain. Neat. Everything going bonkers. VOM. So, question for you as somebody who doesn't do any sort of dungeons. If it's vet, do you call it VVOM? I'm not sure. That's interesting. Treasures. And thiefy stuff. Knocked over. Go straighten up your inventory, lady. You suck at this. Anus monster. Oh, you do, huh? That's interesting. What did Griffin send me? Oh, I love that answer. Where you be stealing taters from anyway? Oh my god, you guys, you got to see this article. This is so hilarious. So, my friend Griff posted this on Facebook to me, and it's an Onion article. And the caption of it, it shows a giant potato, okay? And it says, green energy scientists unveil 800,000 ton potato capable of powering an entire city. My response? Are you calling me fat? I just thought it was funny. No answer yet. I think he's trying to avoid it with a 10-foot pole somehow. I mean, there's fat and then there's 800,000 tons. I think he's calling me obese. Oh, neat. What was it, a woman? This is very elegant for a wraithhome. You would expect death and destruction. I am. I'm gonna go downstairs. Well, we are, aren't we? Deformed freaks. Going downstairs. I'm around. Go close to that portal you exited. I'm sorry, I got distracted by this pretty thing. Okay. Pillar to the left, yes. This one? Left. There's a lag right now. There's a really bad lag. All right. I am standing in the hallway waiting for you to tell me where to go. What am I looking at? You gotta understand there's about a minute lag between anything you say to me and what you see on the screen, so I'm sort of just standing here. Left corner, just by the portal. What am I missing? Can you tell me what I'm looking for? Who the hell would even notice that but you? I adore you, but Jesus. They all they look the same to me. Like, I can't tell any difference. I see no difference. They all look the same to me. I'm giving up. There's too much lag for me to understand. I'm sorry. I don't know which one you mean, so I'm going to keep going. Because I cannot figure out what you mean. I just don't see it. I don't get it. Am I stupid or something? It all looks the same to me. Yeah, I don't get it. I'm giving up. I really don't get it. It's so subtle that I don't even see it. It must be, it's either I'm stupid or I'm oblivious, because I honestly don't see it. It looks all the same to me. You're talking about the embedded skulls, right? Because all the embedded skulls look the same to me. Like, literally. They all look exactly the same to me. I don't know what I'm missing. Okay. Never would have noticed that. I'm dumb. Sorry. I don't know how to... Oh, wow, this cost a lot of money. Okay, I get what you're saying now. I saw that, but I didn't notice it was a... I didn't really pay attention to it. Like, I thought you meant the embedded skulls themselves, not the entire pillar. Like, I know what you mean now. It should be more facing outwards, but it's more, like, straight up against the wall like that. I know what you mean, but... Oh, wow. Game of Thrones, maybe? Ah! Game of Thrones. Yeah. So now I get it. I get it. I never would have... It didn't even, like register in my head as a thing. Even though I knew it was weird, it didn't even... Maybe because of the drugs, I never would have thought that's what you meant. I has the dumb. Crafting. See, this is why people at work used to call me not detail-oriented. Because I see that, and it didn't even, like, occur to me. Yeah, but what annoys me are the packs. Did they fix the packs yet? Has anyone seen broken packs today? They put in other fixes. If they're going to bother with collision on roses, I want to see that they did, that they fixed that. That's exactly kind of my point. But the bags bother me more than anything. The packs just piss me off so much because it's been like that for so long, and there's absolutely no good explanation for why it's been taking them so long to fucking fix them. And I don't know if they're fixed or not. So maybe I shouldn't complain until I know for sure. I know where they're broken is, there's a good, one of the places they're broken is, there's nobody in the brass. I'm not sure if they're still broken, but if they are, that makes me so angry. I want to write a nastygram saying, seriously guys, you added something that nobody even wanted, and there's so many bugs, including the packs, which is just glaring, and every time I pass them, I want to, like, punch them. I don't get it. Stupids. Alright, let me go quickly to where I know that there are broken packs, and I'll double check. Maybe they fixed it. If they made other changes, maybe they fixed it. And then I'm going to look at Perdita's Sleek Creek. soon as we're done looking at packs, I'm gonna go take care of Perdita's Sleep Creek. They fixed them! They're fixed! Holy crap! They finally fixed them! Thank you. Excellent. Alright, heading to your house. They are fixed! Ah! Isn't that thrilling? Alright, I forgive them now for the change on the rose bushes. So long as they actually fix the packs, I will give them a pass. Seriously. Happiness. We all are all happy now. All right. Here we are. Wow, this is Sleep Creek? Hey, Bayushi. As long as they fix it, it took them months. How many months has it taken for them to just freaking flip a stupid graphic? Beautiful. So lush. This reminds me a lot of Lavathi's work. Lavathi's work is so lush. Wait, they fixed something in Xanmeer? Beautiful. So jungly. I like how you block out the view of the rest of the savannah, because otherwise this kind of look, this Argonian almost look, would not go. But because you block it out, it fits. This is really beautiful. It's a good choice on your part for that. Hidden lighting. Well done. Must be beautiful at night. Very clever spots for things. Oh, look at it. Got the mushroom guy hanging out. Lots of little touches. Hard to believe that it is Sleep Creek, honestly. And that's a compliment. So, up we go. Holy crap, you did build a Forgotten Xanmeer. I thought you meant that there was something that they did with Lake Meyer Xanmeer. I didn't realize that you built an actual Xanmeer. This is incredible. Holy shit, girl. Girl guy, I shouldn't say girl. I've been trying to wipe that out of my... Oh my god, this is amazing. I'm glad you asked me to come see it. Wow. 400 out of 400 items, no kidding. Wow. That's incredible. Oh, hello. You look nice. You got that skin, huh? You got the good skin. Oh, thank you for showing me, because I'm bad at finding places. Oh, wow. Holy smokes. Yeah, you can build up really high in this house. That's amazing. Oh, how beautiful. I would too, but I don't have any outfits on this one, I don't think. No, I don't have anything good. Where's the hist? Where did I miss the hist? Oh, derp. I'm so stupid. The hist is my favorite tree because it's so chubby. Isn't it cute? It's a chubby little tree. Wow, look at how high up we are. This is beautiful. I would never have imagined doing this. It's amazing. I mean, it reminds me of what Chrysaea did where she built Grand Topol in the, I want to say in the Exorcised, and then, or something like that, maybe Ample. And now you built a Xanmeer in Sleek Creek, and it's just amazing. It's incredible. It's a really, really good job. I'm glad you asked me to. I had no idea that you were so talented, and you really are. But you're not an Argonian, are you? What are you? You're like a Bosmer? Interesting. Look. You're like a wannabe Argonian. You're like, shh, don't tell anyone. A Nordgonian. Nordgonian. I like that. I'm a Nord on my other character. This isn't my main, though. You look beautiful, though. What a great job. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's great. Looks like somebody else just popped in, too. Argonian says. Let's hit up one last small one, and then I'll call it. I'm so kind of burnt out. Let's find something teeny. An apartment or something. Let's start up here. Alright. All Lunar Champions. St. Dylan. I know Aunt Joshua didn't had it locked up, so let's see if I can find something that's not locked. I could swear I've been to Lothlorian's Autumn's Gate, but we haven't seen an Autumn's Gate today, so let's go. Treasure Adventure Hunters. I'm behind on summarizing my streams, but there will be a summary for both of these posted today. Today's and yesterday's, talking about who's we visited. And I may come back on later tonight, but it won't be a housing stream. It'll probably just be a shopping stream or a farming stream or something if you guys are bored and have nothing better to do than listen to me babble endlessly. We'll see. We'll see what I can do. All right, Lothlorien. And it's just a quick one. And then I'll call it for now. I can come on EU later too. Either tomorrow or later today. Aww. How cute. The little people. How have I never seen anyone use those as targets before? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Hey, Bayushi, what's the current mod manager for Skyrim? I mean, because I downloaded one of them and it doesn't seem to work. Beautiful. What a lovely house. Lots of storage and an extra floor. Is that what it is? Because it's got, the one I downloaded was like started with a V or something like that. It was like a vortex or something. I forget what it was called. All right. Vortex is the support, NMM is community, and MO2 is whatever. What's support? Yeah, it doesn't work. I tried using it. It didn't work for me. So thank you for saying that. So Nexus Mod Manager, I'll get that again. Thank you for the information, because I tried using it. I was like, wait, this isn't working. All right, I'm going to call it, guys. So thank you for tuning in today, and I may be on later. We'll see. I no promises. So I will talk to y'all later. Have a good one, and see you around.